Okay guys, something massive just happened between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And this time, it is not just another tabloid rumor or another piece of royal gossip. This time something actually changed. Prince Harry, the man who stood by Meghan through years of public chaos, through every headline, every controversy, every single piece of drama, reportedly snapped. And the reason? A short Instagram video Meghan posted during Paris Fashion Week that put her right in the middle of one of the most painful and sensitive locations in the entire world. We are talking about the tunnel in Paris where Princess Diana lost her life. And trust me, this story is way bigger than it first looks. So stick around because we are breaking down everything that happened, why it hurt so badly, and what it means for the future of their relationship. Now before we dive into all of this, if you are not already subscribed to this channel, hit that button right now because we cover all the biggest royal and celebrity stories as they happen. And this one right here is one of the most intense stories we have covered so far this year. Trust me, you do not want to miss any of it. So subscribe and let us get straight into it. Okay, so here is the basic situation. In early October 2025, Meghan Markle made a surprise appearance at Paris Fashion Week. She attended the Balenciaga runway show and had a full glamorous night out in the City of Light. But the night did not end the way anyone expected, because later that same evening, Meghan posted a video to her Instagram story that would set off a firestorm that is still being talked about weeks later. So let us talk about exactly what happened with this video. After attending the Balenciaga show, Meghan got into the back of a luxury car to travel through Paris. And while she was being driven around, she decided to film a little clip for her Instagram story. It is a pretty casual video, just a few seconds long. She is sitting in the back seat, legs crossed, feet up on the seat in front of her, looking completely relaxed and carefree. The camera pans across some famous Parisian bridges including the Pont Alexander III and the Pont des Invalides. And then it cuts to a shot of her designer shoes. Simple, right? Just another influencer moment in a beautiful city. Except it was not simple at all, because social media sleuths immediately started analyzing the footage frame by frame. And they noticed something that made the entire internet go quiet for a second. The car appeared to be traveling along a route very close to the Pont de Alma tunnel, the very same tunnel where Princess Diana tragically lost her life on August 31st, 1997. Now to be completely fair here, there is actually some debate about exactly how close the car was to that specific tunnel. Meghan's team insisted she did not even pass close to it. But the route she was on, traveling along the Seine and passing those bridges, put her in the general vicinity of one of the most sacred and painful locations in British royal history. And for millions of people, especially those who still mourn Princess Diana, that was more than enough to cause serious outrage. Now if you are not familiar with the significance of this location, let me explain why this hit so hard. The Pont de Alma tunnel in Paris is not just another landmark. For the British royal family and for millions of people around the world, it represents one of the most tragic and heartbreaking moments in modern history. On the night of August 31st, 1997, Princess Diana, her companion Dodi Fayed, and their driver Henri Paul were involved in a fatal car crash inside this tunnel while being chased by paparazzi photographers. Diana was just 36 years old. She was the people's princess. She was loved by an entire nation. And she was gone in an instant. Above the tunnel there is actually a monument called the Flame of Liberty. It was originally a gift from the United States to France. But over the years, the public has turned it into an unofficial memorial to Princess Diana. People from all over the world travel there to leave flowers, photos, and handwritten notes in her memory. So when Meghan Markle posted a casual, carefree video traveling anywhere near this location, you can understand why people were stunned. This is not just a street in Paris. This is sacred ground for an entire nation. The backlash came fast and it came hard. Within hours of the video going public, social media completely exploded. Critics called the video tone-deaf, insensitive, and completely unjustifiable. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams, who is one of the most well-known experts on the British monarchy, called the whole thing utterly bewildering and insensitive beyond belief. He told the Daily Mail that no advisor would ever have suggested posting something like this. He said he could not understand what on earth she was thinking, and that sharing a video with any connection to the tragic death of the Princess of Wales simply defied belief. The story made front-page headlines across the UK. One clip of Meghan's footage was viewed over 542,000 times online. Critics pointed out that Meghan was lounging in the back of a luxury car, looking completely at ease with her feet up, while traveling through one of the most emotionally charged locations on the planet. Some called it disrespectful, others called it staged, and a few even suggested it was deliberately provocative. Meghan's team pushed back hard, saying the video was simply part of a series of clips she posted showing Paris at night. They insisted she had no idea how close the car was to the tunnel, and that the whole controversy was being blown completely out of proportion. But for many people, that explanation did not sit right. Now here is where this story takes a much darker and more personal turn. Because while the public was arguing online, Prince Harry was dealing with something far more painful behind closed doors. Sources close to the Duke of Sussex told multiple outlets that Harry was deeply affected by what happened. One source told Radar Online that Harry felt like Meghan had turned the worst moment of his life into a backdrop for a fashion shoot. That is an incredibly heavy statement. Another insider told People magazine that the backlash hurt and upset Harry, and that he views his mother's death as a sacred boundary that should never be touched. A close friend of the couple told the Mail on Sunday that Harry was left feeling hurt and upset. They said Diana's death was being used as a stick to beat his wife with. But then they added something that really stood out. They said Harry was more despondent than shocked, meaning this was not the first time something like this had caught him off guard. Royal analyst Evelyn Thomas put it perfectly when she said the symbolism of that location runs deep. Even if Meghan did not mean harm, the optics are painful for those who still associate that site with immense tragedy. And Harry is obviously the person in the world most affected by that tragedy. But it was not just Harry who was shaken by this. Prince William, Harry's older brother and the heir to the British throne, was reportedly furious. Palace insiders told multiple sources that William was livid beyond words after seeing the video. One source said that to William it was not just bad taste. It was personal desecration. They said the tunnel represents sacred ground tied to their mother's death, and that Meghan treating it casually felt completely disrespectful. Another staffer reportedly said William called the whole thing grotesque, and could not believe she would film herself near the very spot that destroyed his family. Now Harry found himself caught right in the middle of all of this. Insiders said he was trying to calm things privately between himself, Meghan and William. One source described the situation simply by saying Harry is caught in the middle again. This is a man who has spent years trying to rebuild his relationship with his brother. And now this single video had put that entire process at risk. Palace insiders told sources that the reconciliation between the Sussexes and the wider royal family had potentially been set back significantly because of this one moment. Now here's what makes this whole situation even more shocking. Because the Paris video was not actually the first time in recent months that Meghan faced serious criticism for something connected to Princess Diana. Just a few months earlier, in July 2025, Meghan launched a new rose wine through her lifestyle brand As Ever, and she chose to release it on July 1st, the exact same date as Princess Diana's birthday. Now you might think that is just a coincidence, but critics and royal experts did not see it that way at all. Royal expert Kinsey Schofield told The Sun that the timing struck a very specific nerve. She called the decision borderline cruel, saying that timing an alcohol launch to Diana's birthday was not just a misstep, but almost cruel in its carelessness. And here is why that criticism hit especially hard. Princess Diana died in a car crash caused by a drunk driver. So launching an alcoholic product on the birthday of someone who was killed by alcohol-related driving was, according to critics, deeply insensitive on multiple levels. Reports even suggested that Prince Harry himself did not support the timing of the wine launch. But Meghan reportedly insisted the date was just a pure coincidence, and that it was too late to change it. So when the Paris tunnel video happened just a few months later, people started connecting the dots. Two major controversies, both connected to Princess Diana, both happening within months of each other. Psychotherapist Gilda Carl weighed in on the situation, and told the Globe that it was hard to believe the Paris move was a coincidence. She suggested it might be about control or proving she has the upper hand. So here is the bigger picture when you step back and look at everything together. Prince Harry has spent his entire adult life dealing with the trauma of losing his mother. He was only 12 years old when Princess Diana was killed. He has spoken publicly and extensively about how that loss shaped him, haunted him and affected every single relationship he has ever had. In his 2023 memoir Spare, Harry even revealed that in 2007, when he was just 23 years old, he actually drove through the Pont de Alma tunnel himself, asking his driver to match the speed of his mother's car that night. He wrote that it was uniquely ill-conceived and that he had told himself he wanted closure but did not really find it. So for Harry, that tunnel is not just a location. It is the place where everything in his life changed forever. It is where his mother took her last breath. It is where his childhood ended. And now his wife posted a casual Instagram video in the same area, looking completely relaxed and unbothered, while he carries that pain with him every single day. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliam summed it up when he said that if the average person had filmed a video like that, it would not have mattered. But every single thing Meghan does is scrutinized by everyone, friend or foe. And in this case, the scrutiny revealed something that went far deeper than a simple social media post. Neither Harry nor Meghan have publicly addressed the controversy directly. Harry has stayed silent. Meghan has carried on with her public schedule as normal. But behind closed doors, sources say the damage has been done. The crack between them may not be visible to the outside world yet, but the people closest to them say it is real. So there you have it, guys. That is the full story behind Prince Harry reportedly snapping after Meghan's Paris video, and everything that came with it. From the Instagram clip that set the internet on fire, to Prince William's fury, to the wine launch on Diana's birthday just months before, to the deep and painful history Harry carries with that tunnel in Paris. This is not just a royal gossip story. This is a story about grief, about boundaries, about the line between public image and private pain. And honestly, it is one of the saddest royal stories we have covered in a long time. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Meghan genuinely did not realize how close she was to the tunnel? Or do you think there is more to this story than meets the eye? And do you think this is actually a turning point for Harry and Meghan's relationship? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I genuinely want to know what you think about this one. This is not a simple situation and there are a lot of different perspectives here. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be covering more royal drama and celebrity news very soon. I have also linked some related videos below that you might find interesting. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one.